Hello everyone, my name is Shuri and I'm here today to do my July wrap-up. I end up reading 6 books in the month of July. The first book I'll talk about is One Crazy Summer by Rita Williams-Garcia. This is a middle grade novel and it follows 3 sisters that head off to Oakland, California to see the mother that abandoned them. And it takes place in 1968. These 3 girls, they spend the summer pretty much trying to get to know their mother, and their mother sends them off to this center every single day. The center is affiliated with Black Panthers. Their mother is also affiliated with Black Panthers. She helps them with these printings, and I thought this was a really good middle grade read. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the 3 sisters, and I enjoyed how they grew. I believe I either gave this book a 3.5 or a 4 out of 5. The next book I have is The Martian by Weir. I really enjoyed this book. It's a science fiction novel. It tells the story of Mark Watney and him pretty much being stranded on Mars. He's an astronaut and his crew, something happened where they thought he died and they left. So it pretty much tells the story of whether he survives on Mars or not. And we hear from Mark Watney. He does like these log entries, which are really funny. We also get to see what the people at NASA are doing, and we also get to hear from his crew members and how they felt after leaving him because they thought he's dead. I really enjoyed this book. Like I said, it's really funny. It's a very fast-paced read, and I would definitely recommend it. I believe the movie comes out in October, and I am definitely going to see it, and I gave this book a 4.5 out of 5. The next book I have is Shadowshaper by Daniel Jose Older. I actually did a review on this book, so if you want to watch that review, you can actually click on this book and it'll take you to it. I really enjoyed this book. It's a young adult urban fantasy, and it has a magic system called Shadowshaping, where Shadowshaping infuses ancestral spirits and arts like painting, stories, and music. And I definitely enjoyed this book. I ended up giving it a 4 out of 5. The next book I have is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I finally read this book. I've had this book sitting on my shelf for a while. This is the first book in the Lunar Chronicles series. And if you don't know about the Lunar Chronicles series, they are retellings of fairy tales. This is a retelling of Cinderella, and it is a young adult sci-fi novel, so Cinderella happens to actually be an android. I really enjoyed this book. It has pretty much what Cinderella has. Marissa put her own spin on it. It has a ball, it has a wicked stepmother, it has a wicked stepsister. There actually is another stepsister who is actually good and not wicked, and I did like that. It has a prince, and it has a fairy godmother, and I really enjoyed this book. I'm looking forward to reading Scarlet, the next book in the Lunar Chronicles series. I actually have it on my shelf. I just don't know when I'm going to get to it, but I definitely will soon, and I gave this book a 4 out of 5. The next book is The Infinite Sea by Yancey. This is the 2nd book in the 5th Wave series, and I really just didn't like this one. I really enjoyed the 5th Wave last year. I enjoyed the narrators in that book, and for this one there are completely new narrators, and I really didn't care for them. This book to me also felt like it was just filler, and it's just here to bide us until we get to the 3rd book. And I believe this is a trilogy. I haven't decided if I'm going to read the 3rd book yet. This book didn't really sit well with me. I believe I gave this like a 2.5 out of 5. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it. And the last book I have to show you is my favorite book I read this month, and it's one of my favorite books I've read this entire year, and that is Uprooted by Naomi Novik. I also did a review on this book, and you can click on this book as well to get to that review. I love this book. It is a modern fairy tale. It's kind of based on these Polish fairy tales that Naomi's mother used to read to her growing up. I have nothing but great things to say about this book. So if you want to hear what I have to say about this book, go watch that review, and I gave this book a 5 out of 5. So those are books I read for the month of July. Let me know what you guys read down below, and thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you guys later. Bye!